Make a difference with AlJuhara Al-Suwaidi.
Hello there, beautiful people of Qatar. Welcome to an episode of Make a Difference, a QBS special feature during the Ramadan season where we highlight the many local social development organizations and entities, as well as their causes, their accomplishments, and finally, how you can get involved and help. I'm your host, Al-Juhara Al-Suwaidi, and today we're delving into Education Above All, also known as EAA, a foundation with the mission to deliver high-quality education to promote inclusive, long-lasting, and constructive change. EAA was founded by Her Highness Sheikha Muazza bint Nasser, an avid advocate of education and the former First Lady of the State of Qatar.
Make a difference.
I am currently here speaking to Dr. Joy Pigozzi, Executive Director of Education Above All's Educate a Child program. It's good to have you on the show and thank you for your time. So let's get straight into it. Can you tell us a little bit about the EAC program, your mission, and how you got started?
Well, thank you for inviting me to speak with you, and thank you for your interest in our programs. Educate a Child started in 2012. We are here with the sole mission of addressing out-of-school children at the primary level. So we look at the activities that might help them enroll and stay in a quality education program. As such, we're one of the programs of Education Above All Foundation, and we are pleased to say that we've already enrolled more than 14 million children around the world.
That's amazing. That's actually a really big number. Now, children receiving education is very important as many countries aren't able to provide that for them due to unfortunate circumstances. So can you tell us a little bit about one of the bigger challenges you faced implementing this program?
So that's a really interesting question, because I think one of the things that isn't a challenge is finding the children. They are just everywhere. And as soon as people found out that we were actually interested in out-of-school children, there was just an enormous amount of pressure on us and interest in our work and in working with us. So I would say that maybe the challenges are not felt so much by us, but more so by the people on the ground, by the parents, by the children themselves, by the families, because they value education. They want their children to do well. They want their children to have opportunities. They see education as a way to do this, but at the same time, they are challenged with how to enable their children either to go to school or to find some other program. So I think the biggest challenges are really for the people on the ground, and maybe the challenge for us is the demand and the fact that we cannot meet the whole demand.
Make a difference with AlJuhara Al-Suwaidi.
What are some current projects that are underway under the EAC initiative?
So we have a range of projects. It's really hard to sort of explain them very quickly, but let me just begin by saying we asked the partners on the ground to tell us and demonstrate to us what will work to get children into an education program and to keep them there. And then we require them to take it to scale. So we require them to enroll at least 10,000 children every year. So the programs vary. They might be children having difficulty getting to school. So we have some with bicycles, some where kids go to school in boats, those kinds of things. We have many programs now that are addressing food insecurity. So by that, I mean we provide school feeding, we provide meals at school for the kids so that they can actually learn. There are other programs that address some of the inequalities in a society. That might be a language difference or a gender difference, some of those kinds of things. And then we have a series of programs that also look at how to build the capacity and the ability within children and their families to find a way forward, to really have the ability to assess situations and find their own solutions.
Make a difference on QBS.
Now, we've spoken about the challenges, but what are some of the achievements of EAC so far, and what are your goals for 2025?
So I think our achievements, the easiest one is the one I already mentioned, which is the 14 million. I think more important perhaps than that is the fact that through this program, we have really elevated the issue of out-of-school children globally. We didn't do that by ourselves, obviously. We do that with partners. And I think probably another one of our key strengths has been our partnership model. We work very, very hard to maintain our partners, to treat them as equals, to respect their knowledge, to understand that they probably realize what works on the ground better than we do. We try to respect that. We try to be very appreciative of the time and effort that they put into things. So I think those are certainly some of them. I think another contribution that EAC has made has been to really try to begin to push the envelope on funding for education, and particularly looking for innovative models of funding.
Make a difference with AlJuhara Al-Suwaidi.
Now, what are some ways our listeners can help the program?
That's actually a really challenging question, because probably the two biggest things that we offer as EAC within EAA are the expertise that we have and the funding. The funding from us is never 100%. We always require a partner to provide at least 50%. So for us then, how can other people help? By understanding the challenges that these kids face, and by beginning to continue to advocate, by beginning to spread stories about success and what a difference education makes to young people. And many of those people are actually young people themselves, people who see what path they are on, and then perhaps see how hard it is for other people to get onto that kind of path. So I think there are definitely activities that people can engage in. They may not be immediately supporting our program, but they are supporting our program if they're supporting our mandate. And we never see ourselves as the only people doing this. We really believe in our partners. We really believe in the other organizations within education and globally that are working with out-of-school children and working for out-of-school children.
And lastly, where can our listeners go to find more information about EAA or EAC?
Well, I think the best place is probably our website, but we're also active on social media, and I would encourage people to look at that. We have, perhaps for some of those that are more interested in detail, we have a series of publications that Educate a Child has put out, all of them focusing on different aspects of out-of-school children, the challenges children face, and the solutions that have been found from around the globe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mary Pigozzi, for your time.
Make a difference on QBS.
You heard it first right here on QBS Radio. You can find more information on their website, www.educationaboveall.org, to donate or volunteer. You can also call them on 4454-5868 or email them at info.eaa.org.qa. With so many countries still needing outside intervention in terms of education, I hope that this episode has inspired you all to take action and help initiatives such as Educate a Child by Education Above All reach their goals and lower their challenges in doing so as much as it has inspired me. This is your host, AlJuhara Al-Suwaidi, signing out and wishing you all a spiritually healing Ramadan and the encouragement to make a difference.
Building a brighter tomorrow right here at home. Join AlJuhara Al-Suwaidi on Make a Difference this Ramadan as we spotlight inspiring local initiatives driving social development. Mondays and Wednesdays on QBS.